Hello everyone, cheers and welcome to my podcast. I don't really have a name settled in quite yet. I quite literally just decided I wanted to do this yesterday, and that's because, well, my name's Sarah Marie. We should probably start there. I am a hairstylist. I've been in the hair industry for about 8-ish years. And then I'm also a hair educator, and I've been educating for over 2 years. I can't wait to talk more about both of those areas of my career. It is August 13th. I only know that because of Taylor Swift. The New Heights podcast is coming out today, and yes, I will be watching it, you best believe. But just to get started on why I started the podcast. So yesterday I woke up in the morning and I love listening to people talk. I also love talking. I'm a hairstylist after all, but I really love listening to people talk. I am a huge longtime fan of long form content, like YouTube specifically. I love YouTube so much. Also love a good podcast. Anytime that I'm just sitting around or doing my makeup or getting ready for my day, or if I need to get some errands done around the house, I think it's called body doubling. You listen to someone talk, you get stuff done quicker. I feel like I'm having a conversation and hanging out with my friends when I'm watching a podcast or watching like a reaction video on YouTube. I feel like I'm just hanging out with my friends, listening to music. It's kind of giving parasocial relationship when I say it out loud like that. Stay with me. So if you're watching this on some platform where you can see me on video, this is what I love. I feel like I am having a conversation with you. So yesterday I woke up, I wanted to turn on a podcast, and I was looking for something that was like business related at least and hairstylist specific at best. And I found a few things, listened to a couple episodes, and I just kind of decided on my drive home from the salon yesterday, as I was searching for another video or podcast to listen to, and I wasn't really finding what I was looking for conversation-wise. Why don't I be the one who starts the conversation? And then also, I'm really excited. I have a ton of topics I want to tell you about that I'm wanting to go through on this podcast. Also, I already have some prospects for guests that I want on my show. If you're watching this, you might be one of them, so watch out. Let me go ahead and tell you some of the topics, just a quick little overview of what to expect from this podcast. I was thinking, like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna roll it out? I need to have like an intro, little video, or a title. I don't even have a title settled for this podcast. Then I thought it would be the most authentic of myself and most true to self if I just film a podcast intro and then worry about the rest a little bit later. I'm such an impulsive person, so this just feels really correct for me. Some of the topics that I'm wanting to go over, with or without guests, would be stuff like social media, booth rent and commission, building clientele, client retention, consultation tips. I feel like a consultation is just the most important thing. If you have a really good consultation, I feel like that saves 50% of the issues that you could run into with being a hairdresser, truthfully. So I'm really excited for that one. I want to talk about educating, how I got into the education space. I have a ton of people in my community and also when I travel and educate who ask me how I got into education, and I would love to talk about it because I had some trials and tribulations getting into it because I was shot down by a lot of people before somebody told me, no, you can do this. I'd love to talk about that. Hourly and package pricing and price increases. Those are just a few, like retail sales. Those are a few of the topics that I want to talk about on this channel and just start the conversation with y'all and building community. I think that just having that sense of conversation in the industry and bringing people together and building each other up is so beautiful. I love our industry. So let's talk about how I got into doing hair. Growing up, if I needed a haircut, we just went to somewhere we could do a quick walk-in. It wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't get my hair done super often. Then my uncle married my aunt. She's a hairdresser as well. Love her. And she started doing mine and my family's hair. She took me through some really crazy, honestly, transformations. The first time I had it colored, my aunt gave me the chunky highlight, low light, like Kelly Clarkson vibes, and that is what I was going for, and it was beautiful. I will insert a photo. And whenever I actually started coloring my hair, my mom colored it at home with box dye, of course, and we did red. My aunt took me from that red box dye to blonde in 2 sessions. And yes, the in-between was brassy, but the after was honestly so good. And I knew it would be brassy in the in-between because I knew what I was signing up for. That's around the time I knew I want to somehow be in the beauty space. But my mom was not as convinced. I'm sure a lot of you watching can probably relate. She basically told me, you're gonna go to college for about a year. She said a year. I didn't last that long. Then if you still wanna do hair after that, then okay, you know, whatever. So I went to college for a semester and a half. I loved school. Honestly, I love learning. I love the aesthetic of being in school. I love notebooks. I love going to Staples. I like my stationery. I love a new pen. I like my laptop, taking notes. I love learning. I love science. I can't say I loved math, and I love the social aspect of it as well. However, I was not gonna be certified to do hair following going to school, so what was the point? I basically had that conversation with my mom, decided to go tour at the hair school I went to. As soon as I was in there, I'm like, yep, this is what I want to do. This is gonna be my path to my career. So got started in cosmetology school, had my amazing group of girls who I just loved there and still friends with. We just were really, really close. We kept each other accountable. If one of us weren't there, we're calling the other like, hey girl, we're about to start a theory. Where are you? You're gonna be marked absent. Hey, if you don't come get your hours, you're not gonna graduate at the same time as me. And then I got sick. Let's insert like grayscale sad music right about here. Okay, perfect. I'll insert photos. This is like a trigger warning if you're grossed out by stuff. I went to sleep with makeup on. I woke up and my eye was swollen half shut. Then I went back to sleep, woke up again and my eye was swollen pretty completely shut, and one side of my face just looked wrong. And my mom says, we're going to the doctor. They're asking questions. Basically at the end of it, he says, you have shingles. I was like, no, sir, I'm 19. He's like, yeah, you're 19 and you have shingles. I thought that was for like 60 plus, but it was at least a couple weeks. I couldn't go to school. I get back to school. My friends are getting nearer and nearer to their 1,500 hour requirement of school and getting close to graduation. I'm like, these girls are gonna graduate and I'm still gonna be here. I will say around this time, I started doing some really fun and cool makeup looks on just one of my eyes because the other eye looked messed up and I couldn't wear makeup on it for a while. Started doing these and I was feeling really creative and fun. Once I finally was getting done with school, found the salon I wanted to work at. There was a 1-year apprenticeship there. I thought, great, I'll get to learn and feel way more confident. That's exactly what happened. I would love to talk more about apprenticeships and the importance of them on another episode as well, because really like you start learning so much more once you're actually out of school and in a salon and you can see a stylist who have been behind the chair for a while actually working. You just learn so much about how other people formulate, placement that other people do, how things really work, timing, getting your timing down. And then I was doing hair on my own, doing hair and having my own clients, building my own clientele. I moved from the commission salon I was at to a booth rental salon and now to another booth rental salon. I've had honestly good experiences at all of the places. There was a reason I left from the first salon, but it just really had to do with the apprenticeship program lasting longer than it should have. I love my clients. I have like my dream clients, if I'm being honest. I love my job. I really enjoy going to work every day. And then also I got into the education space a little over 2 years ago, close to 2.5 years ago, working for a brand that I already loved and I already knew and was already using. And yeah, I'd love to talk about that on a future episode as well. But basically with that, I'm able to do some traveling, meet a bunch of other stylists, and just get to know people, teach, spread some knowledge. And that's what I really, really love. So I would just really love to have some people on here to talk through some of these topics with me, some people who are obviously more qualified to talk on some of the subjects than I am, and just starting a conversation within our community and within our industry. So if you're a hairstylist or a fellow beauty professional and you just love listening to me talk all the time or are interested in learning, I would love to have you here. Not really sure what platform this is going on. Again, I did just decide I wanted to start this podcast within the past 24 hours, but wherever you're watching this at, if you could follow, comment, like, subscribe, and then also follow me on Instagram if you don't already. My Instagram is at sarahmarie.stylist. I'd love to see you over there. Thanks so much for joining me today. By next time, hopefully I'll have an actual name for my podcast. And I'm thinking next time we'll talk all things best practices for consultation tips, because I do think they're just so important and I would love to talk about them. So I will see y'all there.